Houston. Say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there folks, welcome you all to yet another Friday vlog of mine. Flaggins up to you all once again. Another week has caught up with us. You think I'd have some new intros to these sorts of things, people, wouldn't you? But it's the same thing. But you love it, don't you? You love it. You know I'd buy you one if I could. Let's get a sip before we get going. Truth be told, and it's just between you and me and the other 200 people that won't watch this. This is my second beer of the evening, because I have just finished recording the very first vlog for the Facebook page, people. Yes, I have. Now, we will get into it, and we'll get into why I've just done a Facebook page. Some of you will have guessed, some of you will have known, because one of you fine people, and I apologise, I should have looked up who it was, and I've forgotten who it was, but whoever you were that suggested that I should create a business Facebook page just so that you guys can... well, so that I can put up content there that you guys can then still connect to me with. If for some reason YouTube isn't there anymore, we can still stay connected. And even if YouTube is still going to stay there, then we have something else that works hand in hand with it. Little things that I can, shorter, smaller snippet things that I can do that go hand in hand with the channel. Blah, 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 blah. So I've just finished the very first vlog specifically for the Facebook page, which is why this is my second beer, people. And it's tasting just as good as the first. So it was actually quite nice setting up the Facebook page, and thank you once again to the person that suggested it, because it had not crossed my mind to do that when I was thinking about all of these other things to try and do outside of YouTube if I wanted to stay in touch with you all. And you know, I'm still really uncomfortable. Even after my vlog last week, I'm still really uncomfortable with how we're being left out to dry as creators, and all of the responsibility being on us with regards to whether or not our videos are aimed at children, when we're not being given the options to say exactly what it is that we're doing, and to be able to protect ourselves from children seeing it. So, you know, I'm still, at this stage in the game, I'm still wide open to some bot system that COPPA or FTC come up with that's going to flag a video that I've flagged my whole channel as not for children, or not aimed at children, but I've got some Spider-Man stuff on there. I've got other Star Wars. I've got other things on there that kids might want to click on. I don't know if a bot's going to say that that's aimed at children, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not going to go into the whole thing again, because we've talked about it in the last two vlogs. But I'm still really uncomfortable as a creator that some random bot is going to come along and tell me that I've broken the rules and I'm due them blah amount of dollars. And when I'm not aiming any of my content at children. We all know that my channel is for an adult audience. People like me sharing my experiences with you, and backwards and back the other way. Always, always, always been about an adult audience, my channel. So, with that in mind, I'm still... well, we needed somewhere else to talk, and Facebook was the thing that has come along that fits the bill nicely, because it took 2 seconds to set it up. I already had the banner from YouTube. I already had the little logo I've got of my head. Interestingly, that little picture, in case I've never mentioned this before, but that little picture that I've got is a photo I took of myself, and I stuck it into, I'm going to forget the name of the little, I got a little online software thing which I paid for a month for, and you can convert pictures into all sorts of like paintings and cartoons and blah, and it was a combination of all of those things that got me that little icon, which is just me with the baseball hat on, but it's not, you know, it's more of a cartoony type painting type thing, and it's almost like more of a Rembrandt type painting, isn't it? So anyway, so I had all of those things, and I put the little logo up, I put the background up. You go onto the Facebook page, it's got all of the same branding. And it literally took me about 5 minutes to set up everything. And, you know, at the moment, well, by the time I've posted this up, hopefully I'll have put the first Facebook vlog up that I've just done onto it, so you guys have got a reason to go there and see what I was saying. And we are limited on Facebook, however. We can't do what we do on YouTube. There's a few limitations. I don't think there's a limit on how many videos you can put up, but a video must be 20 minutes or less, or 1.2 gig or something like that, or 1024 megabytes, something like that. So I need to meet that criteria for anything that I post up on Facebook. So if it came to it and I deactivated the channel because I wasn't comfortable, then we would still be able to do stuff like this, but it would be limited to 20 minutes, or I would have to give you a part 1 and a part 2, because most of my vlogs are usually about 45 minutes. So, and that's fine, we can get away with that, but it's not the ideal scenario, but at least it's somewhere we can still communicate, we can still share our gaming thoughts, we can still have a community. And I realise that 5,000 subs are not going to follow me from YouTube onto that Facebook page, and that's absolutely fine. Most of the people that are subbing me on that channel are because they are enjoying the Let's Play type stuff that I do. Regularly, I seem to be getting around 100 views on my vlogs, so that's brilliant. And thank you to everybody who seems to be watching and liking those, because that's actually... I'm really chuffed with that, because that one element of the channel is the element where I can properly communicate with you guys and get feedback and thoughts, and that was the reason that I created this channel. It was because I wanted to communicate with other gamers. I wanted to share my experiences with other gamers. I wanted to share my thoughts with other gamers and get their feedback and their thoughts as well. And, you know, find friends out there that are similar or the same as me. So, well, nobody's the same as me, people. I'm a one-off. Aren't we all, though, eh? We're all special. My mum told me I was special, anyway. Anyway, but you know what I mean? So that's the one thing that I do on the channel that actually means the most, because it's the one thing that I usually get the most feedback on, and it's the one thing that I feel like I'm properly connecting with you guys. You know, the Let's Plays are fun, but you know, this is the bit that makes it a little bit more special. So I'm really chuffed with that. And if 100 people came over and liked that Facebook page, I'd be over the moon, absolutely over the moon. Now the Facebook page, I only set it up today, and so I'm still messing around with it, but I wanted to get it up as soon as possible in case before the 1st of January I need to just properly just do something that doesn't put me at risk. So I wanted to make sure that you guys had somewhere to come and still share my journey and vice versa. And the Facebook page is an ideal place. I realise that not everyone in the world's got Facebook, but most people have it. If you don't have Facebook but you've got Twitter, you can get me on Twitter. Well, at the moment it's at Steve Gillespie's. But I have considered changing it to Joystick Steve, but I haven't done yet, have I? Now I'm asking myself because I can't remember. I'll try and talk and look at the same time, but I'm pretty sure it's at Steve Gillespie's still, to be honest. Yes, it is. At Steve Gillespie's. I could change it to at Joystick Steve, but it's at Steve Gillespie's at the moment. And that's G-I, because a lot of people can't spell it, people. And most people that want to say it say Giuseppe or Gilsups or... Say it as you see it, people. It's like catchphrase. So it's just Steve, at Steve, Gilllespies. There you go. So that's Twitter. So if you've got Twitter and you want to join me over there, that's fine. But there's nothing, you know, other than my odd thoughts on Twitter. I don't actually do much on Twitter. I used to spend loads of time on Twitter, but I don't. But every now and then, you know, and you can communicate with me there and what have you. But the Facebook page, I can put stuff up, and I can still share experiences, share little vlogs, share, you know, properly share stuff with you. So if you have Facebook, people, I have, by this point, put up the little vlog that I recorded just before this to put specifically on the Facebook page, so you've got a reason to go over there. I've still got a lot of tinkering around to do with it. I still haven't decided what sort of content I'll put on there, but I'm going to try and make it different content than I will be putting on YouTube, so that you've got a reason to be in both places. And obviously it's going to be more limited content, and it's probably a great place to do some of the on-the-fly vlogs where I'm using the phone, you know, if I'm just out on the back. But I may post those up in both locations, but it'd be a great place to just put on-the-fly vlogs, for sure. It's well built for that. But we do have those limitations, the time limitation for videos and the size of video limitations. So how much footage I can be throwing up there, or, you know, I certainly couldn't do Let's Plays on there. So, you know, I'm going to have to have a think about exactly what it is I put up there for you guys. But I will try and make it as special as I can, and we'll try and have the two things going at the same time if we can. If YouTube doesn't come to the fact that I need to deactivate the channel, then we'll still have both going, and we'll still be able to do things in 2 locations. So please, if you still want to keep in touch with me, if you still want to hear what I've got to say, if you still want to share your experiences with me, and there is still a chance that I will deactivate that channel, and if you go and do it as soon as you can, if you want to stay in touch with me, all right. And for all those people that come over, God bless you all. I love you all to pieces, and thank you. So just go over and like the page. It's Joystick Steve. Joystick, all one word. Steve, another word. You should be able to search it out now. I think it was taking a little while for it to kick in, but you should be able to search it out. I've been trying to search it out myself, so I can put a link in the description below. So I'm hoping to have that for you down there. But it was still being a bit funny. It would only give me my sort of admin link, so I'm not quite sure I'm getting the right link yet. So I will attempt to have it in the comments, a link to it in the comments, in the description, Stephen. You see, I got the second beer and my brain's all over the place. We can fix that with another sip though, can't we? You know. So hopefully the link's in the description. If not, go and search for Joystick Steve and it should get you to the right location. And if it's not ready for actually putting the video up, I will add it to the description the minute I get hold of that link. So there you are. So we'll have a think about what we're going to put up on that Facebook page. But I'm really happy that I've gone and done that. I've now got somewhere for you guys to come and connect with me outside of YouTube. We're not so reliant on it now. That being the case, come over, like the page, and we know we've got somewhere else we can be. Super. Right. Let's talk just a small mention on. I mentioned a few vlogs ago that I was looking at an alternative to YouTube called Library, LBRY. And it was a fantastic facility. I've set up Joystick Steve on it, went to post up my first video, and it was asking me to pay 0.009 LBC currency, effectively, which you can only buy with bloody bit. Well, the more I looked into it, the more it was just like, this is too complicated. Like, it's all run on the premise of Bitcoin, and I thought, right, well, it'll just be buy some Bitcoin then. Just give me a button to buy some Bitcoin. But it doesn't work like that. You've got to you've got to find a Bitcoin company. You've got to then figure out how to buy LBC points with Bitcoin. Honestly, it was like the most complicated thing I'd ever come across in my entire life. So if they can simplify it so that getting Bitcoin is easier, then, or getting the LBC points is easier, then, because all I wanted to do, like, just let me buy the LBC stuff with my credit card. Well, not my credit card, my debit card. Just, I'll pay for it with that, and then I've got LBC points. I don't want to have to buy Bitcoins to buy LBCs to then have things to do, to upload a page, which is probably only costing me like 5p or something. It's like, God's sake, it's hard work. But it was a brilliant platform. It seemed to have everything I wanted on it, and there was no limitation. It didn't seem to be, and it wasn't governed by an overall body either. It was just an open source thing. So it would have been a great place to do this sort of stuff. But anywho, it was just too complicated. I've set it up. I might revisit it at some point, but as it stands, I'm hoping worst case scenario. The very worst case scenario I'm hoping for at the moment is that I'll deactivate the channel until such point as they sort the stuff out. I don't know how long I can keep it deactivated before it deletes, is the only thing. I'll have to have a look into it. But when you deactivate it, basically all my videos are not viewable. So, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I'm keep monitoring it every day just to see if more videos have gone up about more rule changes or anything, or more options that YouTube are giving us. But it's bad, people. I mean, I know I've had comments of people saying it's scaremongering. Don't give in to scaremongering. Honestly, it is not scaremongering, people. It really isn't. Like, we've got a massive worry on our heads now that we never had before. And we've got this worry because YouTube are basically just passing the buck on to us when it's them that lied and cheated. We haven't done anything wrong. And all we're asking for is proper options that protect us from this. And they're not giving us them. I mean, it is absurd. And you can say it's scaremongering, but it's not. Because it only takes a couple of bot systems to get it wrong. and you're suddenly getting bombarded. You know what these big companies are like, these big government organisations. They don't know what they're doing half the time. So the minute, like, the whole thing goes into a process. Like, the minute something says, right, you've broken the rules, you suddenly got letters flying at you. You can't speak to the right people. You've got to respond via legal. I mean, it just becomes a nightmare. It's like, and you don't need it. When all I need is a tick box that says, don't let children watch my channel. It's like, it's simple. But they won't give us that option. All they're doing is leaving us hanging in the fecking wind. It's like, you know, it's not scaremongering. There's a gazillion videos on YouTube of people all suddenly realising how bad this is. And it's not because we've been scaremongered into making these videos. It's because we've suddenly realised how bloody bad it is. So, you know, it's all very well saying, it's all right, your channel isn't aimed at children. But that's not what the bot system might say. And if it says it once, I'm suddenly in a whole legal bloody nightmare that I can't get rid of. And I've got to try and justify that it's not for children. It's like, I don't need that shit. I just need a tick box that says, don't let children watch my videos. That's all I need. So, you know, I think that the problem is YouTube don't want to make it a thing where you have to log into YouTube to watch a video. That's the problem. I think they're going to lose too much money if they force people to log in. But I would reckon that most people that watch YouTube would log in. Like, I don't understand. But they're too scared. They're too scared of losing advertising money, forcing people to log into the product. And in the end, this whole thing isn't about... It really, really, really isn't about what the content is. It's about the fact that they specifically advertised at under 13 children on channels that had what they thought might be children-orientated content, even though it was for families and stuff, when they shouldn't have been advertising at them using the data they'd put into the system. That is the only thing that they did wrong. It's not to do with the fact that my video might be interesting to a child. It's to do with the fact that it might be deemed as a video for children, therefore an advert suddenly stuck on it aimed at children. But if they're not allowed to, I don't know, honestly, the whole thing's just a farce. It's just like, it's become so complicated when the issue is so simple. Don't advertise at children using their captured data. That's what the problem was. Anyway, I'm going back into the last two vlogs, people. So anyway, the Facebook page is there. I'm hoping that the channel won't have to go, but if it does, it'll happen suddenly. So if you want to stay in touch, and I hope that you do, and I hope you still want to hear what I've got to say in these, at the very least, I'll still be able to do these vlogs with you. And I will find other ways of sharing my gaming experiences with you on Facebook, whether it be, well, PS4 share would have been an option, but that's being taken away from the share options on PlayStation for whatever reason. It mustn't have been used a lot. So there would have to be I'd have to capture the footage and post it up in different ways. But I can do that. I can. Maybe I would record footage and post up the best bits or something like that. I know it's not the same, but at least it's still keeping us connected. So might actually work for some things like bloody Dark Souls stuff. So we can't do Let's Plays on it, but we can do, we can do snippets, we can do, polls, we can do news, we can keep in touch, people. And that's the main thing. Keeping it alive. So if you have it in you, if you have that love, if you're feeling it for me, people, go over to the Facebook machine and like the Joystick Steve page and watch the little vlog that I'll have put up there. What else did we have? In line with all of that, I've been having a bit of a think about, it's kind of a do or die situation. It's like, maybe I'm at a point now, we're approaching 5,000 subs, maybe I'm at a point where I need to start thinking about taking the channel up a level and promising an amount of content, creating linking up the Patreon stuff, getting some Flaggins Up Friday t-shirts, just general merch t-shirts, stuff you guys might want to buy or get for being a Patreon, that kind of thing. So I'm starting to have thoughts about maybe I should kick things into another phase. 5,000 subs isn't, in the world of YouTube, it's not grandiose or anything like that, but it's a lot. That's a lot of people. Do you know what I mean? It's like For me, I mean, I never dreamt in a million years I'd have 5,000 subs, and we're approaching it pretty swiftly. I think we're on 4,970 blah at the minute. So, you know, I'm kind of torn between feck it. Let's just shut the thing down because it's really annoying me how fucking awful YouTube are with the creators, or just really throwing my hat into it and saying, let's make it more than it is already and start engaging more together, start giving you guys more options like merch and special things for Patreons and stuff like that. So let me know in the comments below what you think about all of that. I'm still chewing it all over in my mind as to what I should do. I have some good ideas for merch, to be fair. And also, moving on from that, so let me know in the comments below about any of that sort of stuff, whether you'd be interested in seeing, you know, or getting content early for being a Patreon, or getting specific content that only comes to Patreons, or, you know, anything like that at all that would make you want to engage with me more, or, you know, the t-shirt, the Flagging Up Friday t-shirts have come as questions before. I'd be interested to know just how many people would be interested in flagging it. If I do it properly, it won't be a crappy logo. I'll get one sorted properly. So, you know, it's in my mind. A lot has been thought about because of all of this nonsense that's been going on with the COPPA thing. But anyway, we have Facebook. Go over there, people. Like the page. You all love a good like. I think you can even love it if you want. What else did we have? Yes, briefly, we're just going to go. I had the 3 Let's Play videos I put up this week were all on the Jedi Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. And I am aware that Let's Play isn't the most popular Let's Play. I wanted to see it through to 10 episodes, and I wanted to do another 3 episodes anyway. Well, A, to see it through to 10, and B, because there was a bit of a botch on the number 7. It was a video that I was recording, and my smoke alarm suddenly started going off for no reason. I had to pause it. Then I came back, and I think I forgot to pull the microphone in towards me, because this thing's on a movable, like a podcast type thing, and therefore the rest of the video was all dead. You couldn't hear me talk properly and stuff. So anyway, so I wanted to do another 3 episodes on it. We're going to leave that at 10 episodes. I'm going to finish that off camera. It's there's not enough interest in that game. We know, people, that my channel's an RPG channel, so I'm never gonna be doing. I mean, I may go back and finish Resi 2 Let's Play at some point, because that was really close to the end, and I know that wasn't uber popular, but there was quite a few people wanted to see it through, and I never did. But we're an RPG channel, so my point being, we're going to get back to the RPGs as of any more Let's Play that I do. So we're going to we're certainly going to get back to some more Kingdoms of Amalur and crack on with some more of that. I want to go back and revisit the Warhammer one, Chaos Bane, because I feel like that's unfinished business, and I was really enjoying it as well. So that's 2 things I'm definitely going to get back to. And we'd started Dragon Age Inquisition as well, which I'm also looking at getting back to. And all of those games are dead easy to sit down and get recorded and enjoy without too much of a faff. It's easy to log the quest down as text, and, you know, because I take notes as I'm going for the videos, blah 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 blah. So we're going to get back to that. And I already mentioned that I may get Greedfall at some point, and I missed the boat a little bit. There was a $5 off it the other day, but I keep holding off. Now that it's already out there for a few months, there's no rush for me to do it. But I am dying to play that game because it looks fantastic, got good reviews as well. So I will keep an eye on the prices on Greedfall, and I will be bringing Greedfall. Greedfall's something I've kind of had a thought in my head about, maybe that being a Let's Play that a Patreon would get earlier than everybody else, that sort of thing. Maybe, but we'll see if that's the sort of thing you guys are interested in. It's all about, you know, it's all about whether or not people are interested enough to stay with me if we're going to start expanding like that. So, you know, the other thing that's been happening is I spoke a few weeks back about YouTube suddenly bombarding me with copyright notices via email on videos that were years and years old. Well, it happened again the other night on about 20 videos that are all really old, and it was random. It was like Dead Space again, Bloodborne. I mean, why is the music on Bloodborne being copyrighted? It's like, don't copyright your music in games, people. You know what I mean? I get it. I almost get it with something like Star Wars, or, you know, where it's a tune that is just copyrighted throughout the land. But I mean, any game company that's copyrighting the music that's on the games is like, you're just ruining it for yourself, because people won't record and put it up because they're not going to make any ad money out of it. That said, because it's getting so bloody bad with the videos, that I think most YouTube channels are starting to find some other way of funding themselves. And I know that I do this part-time, people, but it is like it's extremely time consuming. I love doing it, but it's very time consuming. So, and like every other YouTuber, you hope that you're creating a product that people might want to help support. And that's what Patreon's all about. It's not demanding money. It's just saying, look, you know, if you love what you're seeing, if you want to stay with me, if you want to support me, then please do. And for those people that do, you might get a little something extra. So, you know, I don't want people to feel like I'm looking for a way of not giving them content, because you'll always get the content. Anyway, I ramble on. But let me know in the comments below what you think. Are we still too small to be doing Patreon type stuff? Should I start looking at it? I don't know. Let me know in the comments below, people. Is it time for the next level when we hit 5,000? Maybe this is why I'm getting so many bloody copyright notices. They've suddenly started noticing me now. I'm nearly at 5,000. So there you are. A couple of small things to finish off, people. Well, one thing. Resident Evil 3 is apparently an official thing now. It was all kind of coming out the woodwork, sliding away. Slip sliding away. You're welcome. It was because when the Game Awards are happening, there's always things creeping out the woodwork, getting leaked. But Resident Evil 3 remake is, well, Resident Evil 3 Biohazard, or is it Biohazard Resident Evil 3? I can't remember. So one way, R3 Biohazard. Something like that. Was that what it was called in the first place, or was it just Resident Evil 3? I don't remember the Biohazard bit. But anyway, it's got the Biohazard in the title. So I'm very stoked about that. I need to finish 2. I love playing it. I just, for whatever reason, I didn't get back to finishing it. It's not like me, people, is it? So I'm really stoked about that. But I'm still hoping that at some point in these remakes, I know it's only the second one, I think I've not had many people asking the same thing, but I would love Veronica X to be done as a remake. I loved that. I absolutely adored that game, and I played it so many times that I'm not sure that I ever finished it. I think I might have done, actually. I think I might have done. It was way back in the day, and it was on the PS2. And I think I'd actually borrowed it from my mate Thomas. And oh yeah, because I was determined to finish it. I think I did finish it. I was determined to, because it was his game and I had to give it back at some point. But yeah, I mean, I adored Veronica X, so I'm really hoping. And there was enough, I remember in that game, there was by far enough area content to be justifying that kind of remake in that format, just like 2 was done. So, you know, and 2's all pretty much all in the same building for half of it, and then you go to another building for another bit. And that's what Veronica X is like. You just move from building to building across complex, don't you? So, and there was a submarine bit as well, which could be really cool. So yeah, I mean, I'd love to see that remade. I really would. But I don't know if it's loved enough as a game, well, by Capcom as a game that they would want to remake or not. I don't know, because it was called, you know, it wasn't like Resident Evil 4 or 5 or, you know, it was just Veronica X. I don't know if it was just quantified as something. We can't be doing a massive one now. Or, it was a long game though. It was still Redfield, wasn't it? Anyway, so there you are. I'd still love that to come. Let me know in the comments below what your favourite Resi is. But yeah, I've got really fond memories of Veronica X. I really do. I bloody shit myself playing that game. Sitting in the dark in the living room like, shit. There you are, people. That is all I have to talk about this evening. I'm going to go away. I'm going to put all of these videos together. I'm going to get the Facebook video up. I'm then going to put all this together. I've got to render them all first with the nice intros and outros that you all love. You know I'd buy you one, people. So I'm going to go and do that, listening to a bit of music. And hopefully we'll still have a YouTube channel by next week. But please do go over there and like that Facebook page if you want to stay in touch with me. Joystick Steve on the Facebook machine. It has been an honour and a privilege serving for you once again in this vlog of mine. And I shall see you next time, folks. Take it easy. Bye.